a bit of progress at the new workshop today. Over here, hopefully you can see it, that's wiring we had put in some time ago, a few weeks ago. That was just sort of temporary, and we had a cable running all across the ground up to that big machine in the back. Now, the wire we are now running properly, so as you can see, hopefully you can see there's a little bit, in fact, if you come over here, hopefully you can see with the wire coming up, and we were running it through this sort of, I don't know what you call it, box that's already here. What I'm trying not to do is like disrupt stuff. I don't want to be smashing plastic. This is rented property. We don't want to be making all these changes and smashing stuff down and you know, breaking stuff that we've got to put back into place when we leave, ultimately. And so we're trying to just leave everything intact. So the wire's running along there, and I will show you under here. The wire is coming, we've managed to get it coming out through here, and we're gonna, I think we'll be putting some sort of ducting in there somehow, like, not ducting. What's that stuff called again? Ducting, not ducting.
Ducting.
Oh, ducting, it is called ducting. So we'll be putting some ducting along there. Progress, slowly but surely, we're getting there. Wiring. Once we'll have to then take the water jet cutter over, get the plumbing in at the same time, and then we're sort of good to go with the water jet cutter. Now I am going to answer a question from the comments from yesterday. In the comments, Jim asked, this was in the comments for the video where I talked about crowdfunding, you know, like the 3 P's of crowdfunding: product, people, and PR. And Jim asked about PR. Now, I was going to reply to him in the comments, but I thought it was worthy of a video. So the comment from Jim said, I am considering utilizing a successful PR specialist that I know personally by giving her a slice of the pie, letting the market be the arbiter of her value in that role. The slice would of course be based on the net. Any thoughts? Yes, I do have some thoughts. I have narrow experience, but I think it's somewhat related to what you're asking. Now, in terms of an actual PR company, I used one in the past. I used them once. I will never use any PR company again because I'm a small company. I don't have a massive budget like a huge company can invest into advertising for branding and raising awareness and that kind of thing. And you know, because that kind of thing is where you put it out there and you cannot see the direct results. As a small company, I should never do that. So I paid money to that company. They did exactly what they said they were going to do. They wrote letters to the press, they did press releases, they handed out samples of my product. There were no results, like nothing. For a small company like mine, that was significant. I put it down to experience. I thought it would work, it didn't, and it is what it is. It's you learn, you move on. If I was to ever consider using a PR company again, I would do, as Jim suggested, slice of the pie or compensation. They would only get money based on results, 100%. They would get money no other way. That's the only way I would do it. From here, from what I see, in terms of, let's say, you know, when I launch a Kickstarter project, I get offers. If you launch a Kickstarter project, you get offers all the time. Especially if you're you got a successfully funded project, you get offers all the time through the private messages, and I mark them as spam all the time. It's like, hey, I will promote you to my Twitter followers. I promote you to my Facebook followers and friends and whatnot. And they want money. No one ever offers, hey, I'll only accept payment if I get you some backers. No one offers that because it's too difficult, not possible, I don't know. Anyway, the other area where I can sort of basically answer Jim's question is it's not quite PR, it was advertising that I've done. I think for 3 of my Kickstarter projects, I've done advertising. It was with a company that does sort of Facebook and AdWords advertising, and they only accept compensation based on the results, 100%, which is awesome. They don't ask for a fee or anything like that. If you don't get any results, they track it. They're fairly good at tracking the backers they produce for you. If they don't get any results, show that they produced backers for your project, you don't pay them any money. Nice and simple. And so I used them 3 times, and 2 times I used them, they stick out in the 2 opposite extremes of how I did it, and I think this applies to PR as well. One time I said, look, be aggressive with your advertising. I said I was happy to lose money for every backer. Not much, but I was happy that. And the reason for that was I was trying to grow my customer list. You know, my backers are then basically my customers. I can offer them other products. Hopefully they see the value I offer and they become long-term customers. So it was an investment on my part. I was happy to lose money for each backer on that particular Kickstarter project because I was trying to build my list of customers. So I had the company, I said to the advertising company, I said, hey look, you can be quite aggressive in the advertising. Now, on another Kickstarter project, I said, right, be less aggressive. I want to have some margin, have some profit in this, you know, in this particular project. And so I cared less about building my list of customers for that particular project, but wanted to see some sort of return. You know, I needed, you know, sort of for cash flow and that kind of thing. So those were the 2 extremes. Aggressive in the advertising and therefore, you know, not much profit on my part or even a loss on my part, but I grew my customer list. Or less aggressive in the advertising, you know, only spend X or Y amount per customer, yet I know I get, you know, Z or Q return, all the letters of the alphabet there. But either way, this company only got paid on the results they delivered. Whether they were aggressive or less aggressive, they got paid on results. Right, I had to come upstairs because there's some noise going on outstairs and I can't finish the end of the video down there because it's so damn loud. Anyway, basically my final thought was, what I did there, the 2 approaches I took to, you know, that getting more backers for my Kickstarter project with the advertising, I don't see why that can't be directly applicable to PR. It's the same thing, you know. Whoever does your PR, you can get them to be more aggressive, less aggressive, whatever, and also their compensation tied directly to the results. In terms of the specific amount to pay them, you know, like, I have to hold my hands up. I don't know. It's something I've not done. Perhaps that's them to decide, for you to negotiate. I don't know, but I thought this would at least give you something to think about anyway. So hopefully that helps Jim, and hopefully it helps others as well. Catch you tomorrow. I don't see why that can't be directly... noise.